All right, so let's jump into this video and talk about our Virtual Dyno software and using it in conjunction with our tuning process with our AEM Series 2. So when we're in our AEM Tuner software and we want to capture data logs, we're going to go and take the data log, we're going to open it up in our AEM Data software. We can review all kinds of parameters, fuel, spark timing, boost control, idle control. We can take those same data logs that we're capturing for full throttle tuning. We can actually do a special export process and we can import them into our Virtual Dyno software. So we're able to plot the horsepower and torque that our engine is making. That's going to be the exact same thing you'd find on a chassis dyno. So if you're trying to measure what kind of power and torque gains you're getting from adding 2 degrees or more spark timing, you can actually see that with our Virtual Dyno software. There's going to be a bunch of tips and tricks that you have to know in order to do the export process properly and be able to import them into the Virtual Dyno. So I'm going to be showing you those in this video, as well as showing you some things to avoid when you're looking at data logs. So we're going to have a whole bunch of things to cover. Let's jump into this video so we can check everything out. Okay, so let's get started here. We're going to be taking a look at working with our Virtual Dyno software in conjunction with our AEM Series 2 tuning. So when we're capturing our data logs in our AEM Series 2 and we're opening them in our AEM Data for review, we're able to take those out of our AEM Data log software. We're able to export them and import them here to our Virtual Dyno. That's going to allow us to plot the horsepower and torque that our engine is making. So if we're making a change to our boost control or to our spark timing, we're going to be able to see that cause and effect just as we would with a chassis dyno. So the huge benefit of a chassis dyno is going to be actually going in and being able to measure that difference and being able to know if the spark timing that we've added is going to be worth adding, or if we're going to be losing power, or there's all kinds of things that are going to go along with doing tuning on a chassis dyno that are huge benefits. And this software will be the next best thing to an actual chassis dyno. Now, most enthusiasts are not going to have access to a chassis dyno, so this is definitely going to be something that you can utilize in your tuning process with your Series 2. So let's take a look here in our AEM Data software and let's review some data logs and just talk about what we can do to export this data out. Now, it's not going to be very intuitive if you go to start using this and you're not watching this video, try to figure it out on your own. You're going to waste a bunch of time. I've learned a lot of tips and tricks specific to the AEM Data as I've been doing this more and more and using the Virtual Dyno software in conjunction with my AEM Series 2 tuning. So I'm going to be passing all that on to you right now. So the first thing we'll do is I have a couple different data logs to take a look at here so we can bring them into our Virtual Dyno and then we can plot them and talk about some differences and some things that we need to be aware of. So let's actually jump in here. I'm going to go into File, go to Open, and I have a log here that's going to be specific to my Series 2 Virtual Dyno log. So a couple different examples here. So let's go here to our Boost Change 1. We'll open up this data log. We'll click Open here. Now I have my template open already. This is going to be something that we've already created in the actual Series 2 training course. I walked you through how to create your templates and some things you wanted to pair together. So right now I have open here a plot, a wide open throttle plot. We can see here the yellow is going to be our engine RPM, the white here is going to be our manifold pressure, and this is going to